So, you know what time it is. Upcoming, today is Thursday, and this coming up Monday, we're going to begin the Thiel family project again. So essentially, we're going to start putting in floors in the common areas, the washing room, the kitchen, the living room, the dining room area. The goals are to start early. That's kind of relative, but on this particular project, I said, let's start at 8 a.m. You know, you're not going to be at your best, but I want to get things moving. It'll help me stay motivated to take more full advantage of the day. They showed off the material that we're going to be installing. It's a Shaw vinyl plank flooring. I think that that's a good choice in terms of material type. I think that it feels good, it's easy to clean, and that you get a lot of value because if you have pets, if you have young children, if you're just a little bit not careless, but if you live your life and you might spill things, this is a waterproof material that is also resistant to scratches. Now that is kind of limited by how aggressively things scratch because you obviously can damage the flooring. But it holds up. It holds up pretty well. It doesn't peel up in the corners. It doesn't swell. It doesn't buckle. Those are all really good strengths of the material. Now, this particular manufacturer, the Shaw, I am not super familiar with, but the customer did extensive research, and I trust her judgment. She chose what she wanted. She asked me, "Is this a little on the thinner side of the material that you install?" I said, "Yes." I was surprised by how small profile in terms of thickness the flooring has, and how much flooring material fits in each package of box. So although it looks very thin, I think it's going to go a long way. So we talked about expectations of the install. One of the important things to go over is the transitions, where we're going to stop, where we're going to end, and if we're going to continue into the rest of the house, how can we minimize any of these kind of annoying add-ons that you have to do, kind of extra parts that you have to do to conceal the transition. So we talked about going into the direction that we're going to run the flooring, where the breaks might have to be in between stages, and decisions, and when they're going to have to be decided by, essentially. Something that they asked me to do, which I prefer not to take on because I don't want that responsibility, is to cut a portion of their kitchen cabinet, remove a partition that is made of the material of the cabinet. So it would need to be a finish cut, but I can't manipulate the material, at least very easily. It doesn't come to mind the best way to manipulate a piece of material that is stationary, and I need to cut a straight line across it, but it ends in a wall. So there'll be that last bit of the cut where I can't use my my circular saw. So essentially, I ran through expectations I had with the client. I made sure that I had the relevant information of any schedule changes, if there was going to be any sort of problematic areas that they have noticed over the past few weeks while we've been waiting for the material to arrive. Things start to pop up, and it's always good to see what their expectations are if there is any damaged material. They said if there's any sort of blemish, pull it to the side, and we won't use that. Only undamaged, perfectly intact material. I said, great, okay, I will do that for you. So just sorting out what they want you to do and what is feasible too, because they don't install it. You're the one doing it, so it's important that you look out for yourself, and that's easier for some people and more challenging for others. But just know that you are entitled to make the call of, is what they're asking you to do feasible? And sometimes it doesn't work out for both parties, and that's okay. I think it's completely good to walk away from a deal, man. Like, what's the point of being all pissed off, sitting there regretting the decision that you made? Because ultimately that was your decision to get involved in that. So, in closing, what can we learn from the interaction today? Engage with the customer, because they're more than just that. They're the person that you're going to have to be around while you're working. You want to know a little bit about them. You want them to know a little bit about you. A little bit of personality can kind of open people up a little bit to be more inclined to smile when you see them in their home, because it's uncomfortable. They're just waking up, they're just getting out of the restroom, they're hungry, they're going to do something, and then sometimes you're in the way on the ladder with the paint and just looking like all right. So a little bit of grace. But it's always good to start off with a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm. Here I am to help you. I'm ready to serve. So we came with that attitude today. Did a really good job about going through expectations, limitations, and objectives. I think something that they would like, and probably I need to do, is come up with my week timeline for what's going to get accomplished, because people are ready to get their lives back in order. Now, I can't be rushed. At the same time, I can't be playing with people's time. So just another thing to figure out. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of research today on getting these videos, getting more informed on how these videos come together, what makes them work, and what I need to do to make it as streamlined a process as possible. As you can see also, I'm going to try to do some things so that I can upgrade the angles that I have of my camera, so that I can be in a more relaxed position, and just try to do a better job of presenting all the time. That's it. Thank you for tuning in.